to SEO Time Machines, the world's first operating system for your browser. I'm Dimitri, the creator, and today I'd like to show you our Pomodoro Timer, part of our productivity suite. It is the only timer in extension form that has a real ticking audio. This ticking audio is really important for neurodivergent brains because it helps us with time blindness, where it's very difficult to know how much time has passed. So the ticking really keeps you focused and anchored. And I've had really good reports from people that were scattered or didn't have as much productivity as they thought they should. They have really good results with this alone. So I'd like to show you how to calibrate it. In order to calibrate it, you need to launch the toolbar, and the calibration is a one-time deal, and then you can launch at any time with one shortcut. So first thing to calibrate is the session duration. These are the standard Pomodoro sessions. So it's a cycle of 8. You have the long break, which comes every 3 cycles. So the fourth cycle is a longer cycle, longer break. That is 15 minutes, but you can set any of those to any cycle that you like. The audio settings, this is where you can dial in exactly what kind of sound you like to hear. So there's about 7 or 8 different options for the initial chiming sound to let you know that you're on a break, so that the break has started. So after 15 minutes, you go on a 5-minute break. So this chime lets you know it's time for a break. And this is the secondary sound, which lets you know that the break has finished. So I usually like to have them different from the working sound, so I know the difference. You can preview any of them, so you can select one and preview it with the play button, and you can also set the volume of the notifications here as well. You can also choose to have a browser notification tell you that time is up or there's a break coming up. This is what that does. The chronometer sound, that's the ticking sound that no other Chrome extension offers. So when you turn that on, you'll hear a constant tick in the background. I found this really helps me center, be aware of time, and just helps me get in the zone. You can choose the sound volume here, and there's also a version of 3 different ticking sounds you can play. Choose your favorite one. The ticks per second is if you don't want a tick every second, you can choose whether it's 1 or 2 or 3. I like every 2 seconds. And then finally, as you know, with all Pomodoro apps, you need some kind of locker. So if the app is on, you will see that when you try and visit a website, you're going to get this block message. So just to help you focus. So the websites are configured here under blocked sites. So you put the ones you want to block here and the ones you want to whitelist here. So once everything is configured, you don't need to touch this again. You can launch everything with a shortcut. So the shortcut is T for timer. So you launch the sidebar, press T for timer, and the timer has been launched. You're going to see that this turns red, but also that your Chrome extension here gets a little timer over the top telling you exactly how much time you have left. So that is the Pomodoro Timer from SEO Time Machines, the only extension with a real ticking audio sound.